Okay, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. Or I should say, as always, your Caribou Data Science channel. It's Friday evening, it's the 5th February. I'm getting ready to do part two of my analysis of the illicit drug use deaths, overdose deaths from our world in data site. This report focuses on three main drugs. That's opioid, cocaine, and amphetamine. Then it's the fourth column. It says other drug deaths. Okay. So we can start back at the top here. You can ignore this part here. We're not doing anything with that tonight. I'm still working on maps. Now we're going to load some data. This is the main data set. We're changing entity to country. Let's do this for right now. There we go. And then we're going to calculate the total number of deaths by adding all the four categories together. Then we're creating, out of this data set, overdose data, we're creating two data sets. We're containing the one that contains only the records for the world, and only the country records where the country is not world. Okay, now there is additional problems here because we also have, it looks like, continent totals also, which is a bit annoying. Okay, but anyway, okay, so let's come down here, look at this. Now just run a couple plots. So what we got here is I'm using Plotly. This is the worldwide total deaths due to drug overdoses. This is all four categories. So, 2017, there was over 166,000 people who died worldwide. Okay, drug overdoses, opioid drug overdose deaths by year. 1990 was 337,114. Up here, it's 109,000. So you see a massive doubling of opioid deaths. Now let's look at cocaine deaths. When it was first measured in 1990, it was 2,169. For 2017, it's 7,286. Deaths by amphetamines, you can see they had a little dip here, and then it climbed back up, and now for 2017, it's 4,536. Now we'll look at the other category. Let's see, in 1990 it was 28,310. In 2017 it's 45,269. Okay. Now we're taking the same data, and first we're going to create a total by country. Then we're going to create a table. Actually, we could ignore this data, right? This is actually part of something different. Okay. More important thing is this down here. We're creating a pivot longer table, and so this shows all of the columns. Okay. And when we run this, what we see is we have one row for each year for each drug. And we could ignore the total also because we're not interested in totals. We're interested in a single plot with all this, each one of this data here, okay? Or I should say, okay. And we're going to use a couple tricky things here to try to get this to work. OD longer. Okay. and y equals value. Equals name. So let's see how this works. So why doesn't this work? Oh, it doesn't work because, oh, you idiot. Oh, you idiot. Let's do this. And what we want to do, we want to plot, well, there's one thing we want to do here. We want to get rid of the totals. Well, let's leave the totals. Let's leave the totals there for right now. Value. Let's close that. Let's see how this looks. Object year not found. Object values not found. Okay. We want to produce a column that has one line for each of the drugs. Now we have it. Okay? The total, of course, is up here. You know what? Let's come back over here. Let's just do something a little crazy, shall we? What can we do here? Oh, I don't know. I can't think of what it's called now. What's it called? Nah, let's get rid of totals, shall we? Now, we could take each drug, since we got a total line, and of course, calculate a percent. But what we're going to do, we're going to take out the total. What is it? I can't name. We want to take out the, why is this incomplete? Oh, that's incomplete. Oh, that's right there. Okay. Why didn't that work? All right. There we go. Oh, not. Now we see this here. What's the worst? Opioids is the worst. Let's try that. I wonder if I can come back. Okay, and here we go. Now we got all three of them plotted on one line using a scale. But the question is, how can we increase the width of the ribbon there? Map is map part of? Are you sure? It's part of my map package, isn't it? I think it's part of Tidyverse. You always want to ask yourself, what would David Robinson do? What would David Robinson do? Alrighty. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Worldwide overdose deaths by drug and death. Okay. Now, what's the other thing we can do now? We can take OT longer, right? Could we calculate the total number of drugs divided by, let's try this. I did something similar. The percentage is going to be, okay, value divided by, okay? We're going to try to calculate the percentage of the total each of these drugs accounts for. And there we have it. Interesting, huh? Very nice. So now all we got to do is come back over here. What overdose drugs by year percent of deaths. Okay? Underscore Y underscore continuous equals, okay. And now we can say beyond reasonable doubt that that opioid provides, that can't be right. Okay. It looks right, but the only trouble is it can't be right. Because it means it's only 3% or 4%. Okay. Then it's got to add up to 100%. Hmm. Well, I'll leave that there, although there is a question with it, what it's actually doing. Okay? Now, how long have we been on this time? Okay. I think I'm going to call that a quit on this tonight. And tomorrow night, part three, I'll come back and I'll start pulling out the numbers for the U.S. only. Okay? Thanks so much for your time. We'll catch you on a later report.